However, the Chinese Tang dynasty had the desire to dominate the whole Korean peninsula. When Kim Chun-chu visited China as the envoy, the emperor, Deng Taizong, promised him to permit Silla to rule the southern territory of Daedong River after conquering Goguryeo. Nevertheless, after the fall of Baekje and Goguryeo, Tang dynasty installed Ondong Do-ho-bu in regions which had belonged to Goguryeo, and it also installed Wongjin Do-dok-bu in regions which had belonged to Baekje. Bu Yeoyeong, who was the crown prince of Baekje, was appointed to be the leader in these regions. Even Kalim Do-dok-bu was installed in Silla, and the Tang dynasty intended to subjugate Silla, not acknowledging the sovereignty of Silla. Finally, Silla decided to resist the Tang dynasty, and the two countries waged the war between 670 and 676. In March in 670, about the 20,000 army of Silla attacked Yeodong, which had been the territory of Goguryeo, and, in July in the same year, the army of Silla attacked regions where Wongjin Do-dok-bu was installed and occupied about 80 fortifications. In 671, Silla reconquered Sabi Sung of Baekje and installed governmental departments of Silla. By allowing refugees from Baekje and Goguryeo to settle down in Silla, Silla expanded its influence. In particular, Goan-sung, who had been the royal family of Goguryeo, was accepted into the noble class in Silla. In 672, there was a huge scale of war between the army of the Tang dynasty and Silla, and, in the early stage of the war, the army of Silla was seriously damaged, so it focused on defense. In 674, Tang dynasty itself dethroned King Moon-mu and appointed Kim In-moon, who was the younger brother of King Moon-mu, to the new king of Silla, and it was to distress King Moon-mu. In the same year, the large-scale army was dispatched to Silla, and the army of Silla was defeated. In 675, the naval forces of Tang dynasty, which was under command of the general, Solangui, attacked Cheongsong, but it failed, and, in the War of Maeso-sung, which occurred on 29th of September, the army of Silla totally defeated the army of Tang dynasty. Finally, in the War of Ki-bul-pu, which occurred in 676, as the army of the Tang dynasty was repelled by Silla, it retreated from the Korean peninsula. In the 7th century, the Chinese Tang dynasty was the strongest and the most powerful country in the world, and it had the overwhelming power over Silla. In fact, during the war, about 200,000 soldiers were dispatched to Silla. Nonetheless, Silla protected the Korean peninsula by repelling the army of the Tang dynasty. Although the unification was incomplete with Silla dependent on China, the triumph of Silla against the Tang dynasty should be highly evaluated.
안녕하십니까, 잉코스토리입니다. 구독과 좋아요 부탁드리고요. 구독하시면 더 많은 잉코스토리 영상들을 보실 수 있습니다. 감사합니다. 안녕하십니까, 잉코스토리입니다. 구독과 좋아요 부탁드리고요. 구독하시면 더 많은 잉코스토리 영상들을 보실 수 있습니다. 감사합니다.